Hey guys, sorry I'm not going to be showing my face this time around. I just wanted to run something by y'all real quick. So, I'm sure you've all heard of this comedian, air quotes, named Lily Singh. And here is a little bit of the bias surrounding her shows. As you all know, I'm sure, Rotten Tomatoes always gives these liberal comedians or whoever really high ratings when the audience ratings are really, really low. And here's an example. You got a, 4.5 star rating from Rotten Tomatoes and a 1-star rating from IBDB.com. Okay. So you look at it, that is a drastic difference. First, we'll go over here and click on this one. Oh, holy shit. I totally called it. Really high Rotten Tomatoes score. Really bad audience score. See, like, 9 out of 10 critics rated it really good. 90% out of 10 critics. But out of an audience of 1,698, 19%. 19%. But a 90% on the tomato meter. If we were to go down, let's see what else we can find out. Episodes, critic reviews. Okay, so let's look at these. Some of these. Singh has been experimenting with her platform, but as it turns out, her forte so far has been the most classic of late-night responsibilities. Or this one. She's an engaged interviewer capable of steering the conversation where it needs to go, even when the occasional games she tries to play with guests mostly end up more confusing than entertaining. That sounds more negative to me than anything. And this one is, the writing's a little corny, tame, as the show is still pointed at the teenagers her first made Singh an online superstar 10 years ago. The jokes are awfully broad, too. These are all mostly positive reviews. You know, they're like, oh, make it an hour, you cowards. Singh is setting herself up to be a refreshing change from the white male all-Trump all-time zone of late night. Now, let's read this one a little bit more. Now, where the comedian literally takes her seat at the late night table. And of course, see, I told you these reviews were political. I wasn't joking.
We're gonna make room for my nephew's show.
We have an opening at the 9 o'clock slot, is it?
Okay.
Hey, sorry I'm late.
Lily, welcome. So excited to talk about your new show.
Me too.
Take a seat.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Anywhere is good.
Yeah.
There's one.
Okay, yeah, cool. Real quick. Sorry, 1 second. It's like reverse Oreo. Thank you.
So, Lily, for your first episode, we're thinking you enter in a nice gray suit.
Gray. I prefer something a little more colorful, obviously.
Totally agree. How about a navy?
Or a brown one.
Bold.
Brown. I want to look naked.
Okay, we want to get crazy. We want to get loco, something no one's ever seen before. So we're thinking opening monologue where you cover headlines, news of the week, presidential tweets.
That's not really my style, you know? I was thinking I could actually share my perspective, especially being a woman and all.
By that, they mean
Is your perspective not my perspective?
No?
I'm not sure if people will relate to that.
See, I'm not sure that I related to 10 seasons of Friends.
What's not to understand about Friends? They were on a break!
Could that show be any more relatable?
How you doing?
Guys, I just want to be myself.
What are we just yelling what we want to be? I want to be Adam Levine.
I went out of his job.
This never happens.
Oh, you know what? Let it play.
Hello, my name is Lily, and I ain't a white man. My skin got some color, and it ain't a spray tan. I know you listening up in your late night. Now, America, this is you, but I'm your late night host. This used to be a boys club, but I'm knocking down the doors. Time to switch it up in here, cause now a lady runs the show. I'm about to lead the way for y'all with my pedicure toe. Cause I'm turning off the AC and I'm turning up the heat. Cause I've been cold at my 9 to 5 since I was a teen. Only lady in late night, that's cool, but F that. I'm hyped to be the only lady who controls the thermostat. New moms and dads, you should both get a paid leave. And if your baby hungry, got a room for you to breastfeed. Wherever you need, on set at a desk or while you read. Your body, your choice, and the baby gotta eat. My writer's room look like a mini United Nations. More than 50% women and people of all races. And that's not because I had to, it's because I could. This the new standard, so take notes, Hollywood. See, this show is for everyone. There's no us, them, or other. I ain't talking about Donald unless his last name is Glover. I'm about to spice up your life, so if you wanna be my lover, I'll put B in LGBT. I'll take Sansa and her brother. And I'm there for my sisters like the hair tie in their pockets. Only glass ceiling is the skylight in my office. If she want it, work for it, then you best believe she got it. If they do the same job, same money in their wallet. I was born in the hood, but a nice hood because it was Canada. So on my show we say pop, not soda inside my cannon. My parents are from India, so when you go to my crafty, they know to call it just chai, not silly chai tea. I'm about to bring a new POV and make some noise. Might push your buttons, make you turn around like on the boys. Ain't playing soccer, but I'm about to kick it with the boys. Yo, catch my heel. You get my point?
So a maroon suit then?
Cue my intro.
Okay, there is a lot to unpack with that one. I don't really know where to start. I'm pretty sure you guys get it. Let's see, knock some things off the checklist. Let's see, women, non-white, screw whites, screw men, and blah 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 blah. And she did mention that she was bisexual, and I know that's one of her main deals. God, there's a shit like this that pisses me off constantly. Anyway, I've had enough of this crazy train wreck of a website. Let's go check out the other one. How do I... Okay, wait, here we go. Here we go. Here's the audience reviews. That makes more sense. Let's see. Read this one from Morgan G. Really bad. Jokes are unfunny. The interviews were very scripted. She makes childish jokes and stuff to try to force kids to laugh. Not funny, not entertaining, low effort, nobody cares. Stale jokes, too many look at me jokes, and when there's an interesting guess I'm liking the interview, they stop and go do some dumb game like reading memes. You have to learn. It's just not YouTube for teens anymore. It's grown-up time. This one says, it's really bad. It is cringeworthy. She needs to work on her show to feature her strengths. She's not the controversial kind of funny where she can just tell jokes. She's the funny that she can react to other situations. I hope she changes it. Unfunny, jokes are forced, it needs to be canceled. Shame, 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 Craigslist show. Ever, my half a star is 0 stars, please don't misunderstand me. God damn, Joss. Shots fired, holy shit. This show's terrible. Please get creative and stop aiming your jokes at 8 to 12-year-old kids. The half stars for the guests I caught on one episode I watched. Thomas Middleditch, Martin Starr, Zach Woods, and Amanda Crew, i.e. the Silicon Valley Pooh Crew. Okay, this will be a long one, but here we go. There are people that know how to make something enjoyable and funny. Lily Singh zapped the humor from every moment she could. Instead of letting her guests inhabit moments, Singh found a way to circle back to being about her. She needs to take an improv class and learn what yes and means the game. She had them play pit Martin Starr against everyone, where he had to guess who was lying. For a tight-knit group, this was not an issue. Clearly, Sing staff have no idea how to craft a fun game tailored for their guests. Instead of watching this garbage, go watch runs of Conan O'Brien's talk show to start the 90s and continue on. Conan is the kind of host that knows how to energize and invigorate. Go watch Conan O'Brien's show. Now that's a talk show host. To be fair, Conan O'Brien is a higher energy host, and he knows how to hold the attention of people. Even though I don't agree with everything he says, I will still give him credit where that credit is due. This one says, this show is terrible. Please get creative. Oh, wait, I already read that one. This one, here we go. YouTubers should stay in YouTube. I would say that is very true for someone like Lily Singh. And I'll see if I can expand that a little more. Here we go. I mean, she makes childish jokes and tries to force stuff to try to get kids to laugh. I'm literally 14 years old. I have 2 younger sisters who would equally say that this show should just stop. Wow. Garbage, start to finish. I think we've seen enough. Wow. Let's go back for a second. Let's go to what IMDb has to say. Oh, hell. Get the fuck out of here. That reminds me, there's another video I want to do about how advertisements have been starting to get out of control and more predatory as time goes on. Let's see what they have to say. Where's the reviews? Oh, look at that. A rainbow. Who could have fucking guessed it? Surely nobody. Okay, storyline details, technical, did you know, da-da-da, no one cares, user reviews. Here we go. Oh boy, this is unfunny. Never in my life have I ever seen such a safe, bland, and unfunny mass. Lily is trying so hard not to offend anyone that she may as well not even try it in the first place. There's only one way to solve all of this and save comedy. Thank God for guys like Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle is just gut-bustingly funny. If you guys saw his Sticks and Stones on Netflix, trust me, you won't regret it. It is probably the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Let's go and see a couple more. See if there's a pattern. Oh shit. 0 star. Please don't confuse my 1-star rating with 1 star. It's actually 0. Thank you. Awkward and unfunny, and a painful reminder that modern networks are completely out of touch. I grew up watching Lily, aka Superwomen. I think I was one of her first couple thousand followers on YouTube. So, when she announced she's gonna have her own show, I was ecstatic for her because we all know how hard she worked to get here. She deserves it. But after watching a single episode, I'm just disappointed. Truly disappointed. I got bored after 2 minutes in. The jokes are borderline lame and cringeworthy, and just sound racist at times, and I'm not one to say that lightly. I'm just sad because she has this amazing opportunity to reach out to young people on this platform, but instead, she chooses to victimize herself half the time. It's not even funny. I truly don't think the show will last. I live in Seattle, Washington, and everyone I know around me thinks the same. If her content doesn't change fast, she's going to be done pretty fast. And this is me now. This says a lot. She says she lives in Seattle, Washington, and everyone thinks that she needs to change her content. That means her shit is even too liberal for Seattle. Doesn't that just blow your fucking mind? Blame culture for this tribe. TV execs probably thought this was the woke thing to do. Big mistake. Everything in the show seems forced. The monologue makes little to no sense, and she grunts and sounds like she is to what help build up the joke. Waste the time of the show. So I'm noticing a pattern. They're all saying that these jokes are forced and they're pandering and they seem to be aimed at a younger audience. That seems to be the theme of these reviews that I've read. This one says, the mini fault of this show is talent. Late Night isn't missing a bisexual Indian woman, with the exception of a few small it's missing talent. Lily is the bottom of the barrel. This one's calling her a sociopath. Uh-oh, here we go. She literally comes off as a mid-functioning sociopath. Her jokes come as if she's dead serious and just expects you to agree or sympathize with her. The word that best describes her bombing is cringe. Pure cringe. Horrible. I couldn't sit through the entire thing. I didn't laugh once. We don't need a racist from Canada acting like she understands America. Not sure why the whole script was the same joke over and over and over. Who wrote this? Let me summarize the show for you. White people equals bad. Men equals bad. Women equals good. Brown people equals good. Oh, and if you're in doubt that she's bisexual after the first 10 times she says it, she'll let you know another 28 times, all within 10 minutes. This is too much. Is this what is considered comedy in 2019? I'll pass and give Dave Chappelle another watch. Thielen, give Dave Chappelle another chance. You will not be disappointed. Do not renew it for season 2. I can't even fathom how bad it is. Lily's interviewing is worse than the Nightmare on Elm Street's remake. I just saw that on Netflix, and yeah, it was awful. It was the worst thing ever. I swear to God. And the thing is, I own the entire original box set with Robert Englund in it. God, he plays a good Freddy Krueger, I'll tell you what, but I saw that remake, and it was trash all the way around. And I mean it, she only talks about herself and not about the guest. As a white woman, I am shocked at the racism, political content of this show is. I really wish they would remove Lily and add someone else. Lily would have been good 5 years ago when she was funny. So, blah, 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 negative. There we go. Perfect cure for insomnia. It's so boring, you'll fall asleep almost immediately. Only 30 minutes, but it feels like 3 hours. The only reason this doesn't have a 1-star rating, is because our die-hard fans are boosting it. You can literally see them rallying in the YouTube comment sections, telling each other to give her a good rating. This is absolute trash. Hey, we were just talking about that, weren't we now? When we were looking at the Rotten Tomatoes site. Huh. All comes full circle, doesn't it? Racism with a smile. These aren't really any jokes in her segments, so really it's just her constantly bashing on other groups of people for the entirety of the season, and it's all done with a smile on her face. Hateful person, such a hateful show and host. It's sad to see that in today's society where racism is frowned upon heavily, will often even get you fired, racism against white people is applauded and will get you a late shift talk show, apparently. Look at this. Now I'm just gonna read the bold words. I'm not gonna start reading the whole reviews. This is trash talk at its worst. I canceled my cable subscription. No one cares if you're brown or a woman. Hot garbage. Is she at all aware that she's supposed to make people laugh? A little late with Lily Singh. A little too woke. Boring. The age of safe comedy. Isn't comedy supposed to be funny? Now, looking at this, I'm sure we can all review. Now, the only reason it has a 5-star rating on Rotten Tomatoes is because it's being boosted by woke critics. And it's not just with Lily Singh, it's with many things. But sometimes, videos like this have to be made to help, point out the bullshit. And it's 3:09 in the morning. I was just scrolling through, and I actually came by this on accident. I was watching another channel about Lily Singh, and I happened to be like, oh, well, I'll do more research on this person. I literally just, type her name, in the bar with ratings, because I wasn't sure what her ratings were. Sure enough, woke critics, actual people. And that is not to say that I don't think woke people aren't real people. They are real people. But, here, how do I put this? 1 or 2% of the population that is boosting the hell out of this garbage show. 98% of everyone else who saw it. And gosh, I don't even know what to say anymore. God, this is trash. TRASH, fucking trash. If they get approved for another season, it will blow my fucking mind. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for listening to my, my half-drunk ramble about an Indian, Canadian, bisexual, female comedian. I'll catch y'all next time, and you probably won't get some content from me for at least a week after tonight, because I'm moving into a new place tomorrow, and my internet company says I won't be able to get internet in my new place for at least a week, so you probably won't get any content from me for a while. I'll try to binge a lot of videos today and schedule a time for them to upload so that you guys aren't waiting. And I'm sorry for making you guys wait like how I have been. I've been trying to be more consistent with my content, and I'm gonna do my best to make sure that happens. So today, after I sleep for 20 minutes, I'm gonna make a few more videos, and I'll make sure to set a scheduled time for them to premiere or whatever. Anyway, thank you guys, and have a good day.